Hello everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US, and I'm here to bring you a live paper crafting class. It's a fun one today. We're going to do a fun fold, and it's based on a card that I received from a viewer, one of my YouTube viewers, so thank you so much. Okay, let's first, I'm going to give you a little heads up. There's a lot of things going on. It's October 1st and there's so much Stampin' Up! News. So forgive, oh, I didn't even massage in my hand lotion yet. Forgive me if I have, if I'm a little late. Trisha, please forgive me if my information for this project is on my YouTube description a little late. We have products listed there. I don't think it's a complete list though. I think I'm missing a couple things, but at least it will help all of you and her out when you're looking for products that I'm demonstrating today. Just lots of news. So I was busy this morning trying to gather everything up, trying to post, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's time to go live. So anyways, thank you for joining me. We're gonna have a fun time today. We're gonna do tent fold cards. This is a fun fold card, and we're gonna use two different suites for this. I'm gonna show you 3 cards from each, but we're gonna walk through the project in a couple different ways too. So you're gonna see lots of variations and you're gonna see lots of choices for this tent fold card. Today is October 1st, 2025, as I'm coming to you live at 11 a.m. Central Time. So who's Trisha? Trisha Josephs is my moderator. She is the gal who is on my Wednesday lives here, and she helps to moderate, which means she answers questions for you. She guides you in the right direction. She makes sure that you're seeing things that I'm talking about. And so please say hello to Trisha. If you are a returning viewer to my channel, I thank you so much for watching. Again, if you're new to my channel, let us know. Let us know, post in the live comments. You want to be logged into your Google or YouTube account in order to post in the live. If you're watching the live afterwards, there's another section to comment in, and I love reading them, so please post. Even if I don't respond, I try to read all my comments, and I really appreciate it when you share what's going on in your world. So on that note, PDF. I know a lot of you have been missing my PDFs. I brought one back for a while and then I stopped. I promise you that I will have one posted for this video when my information for this video goes live on Saturday. So I'm doing 2 lives this week. We're going to do a live today. And then on Saturday, I'm doing a live that's mystery stamping. Some of you have been asking about that, so we're going to do another mystery stamping project. But along with that, and I have to change the little thumbnail for my video, we're going to do sneak peeks and show and share time. So you're going to see peeks of upcoming products that are available November 4th that I was able to order today, which I did. That was another thing that kept me busy this morning. And then we've got show and share too. I've had this table filled with products and gifts and cards and things that I've been gifted that I want to share with you. So we'll do that all on Saturday. On Saturday, there's also a Stampin' Up! Event for World Card Making Day. So we're going to do our live at 11, and then I think it's 2 hours later. Maybe it's 3. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. Anyways, there's a World Card Making Day event that you can join in on. It's a virtual event hosted by Stampin' Up! And so you'll just want to, like, I don't know, camp out in your house on Saturday to watch all of the fun. Okay, so let us get going. So the PDF, again, will be shared on Saturday that goes along with this video. So sorry that I didn't have that ready today. I think that's it. So we're going to go to the desktop. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing that I want to show you is some product that has been around since May, the Kintsugi Inspiration Suite of products, which includes a stamp set, a set of coordinating dies, an embossing folder, some embellishments, and this beautiful paper. Inside the annual catalog, you'll see samples and lots of ideas for inspiration. So we're going to take those products and we're going to work with those first. Now, when I did this card first, it was with my team on Sunday night, and I shared the other products first, the Christmas ones. But we're going to start with Kintsugi Inspirations. So these are the dies, and I store them on my Stampin' Storage magnet sheet and little envelope here. But this is what they look like. They coordinate with the images from the Inspiring Imperfections. You can see like these 3 images here are cut out with these 3 images here. And then you've got, oh, that one does this one. And then you've got some standalone type of dies that just cut out some fun shapes. This piece here would cut out like your sentiments in kind of like a fun torn looking strip. Here's the embossing folder, and it does really fun cracked pottery look. It's got like little veins in it, as you can see. And then we have the paper. Oh my, the paper. So I don't have all of the paper here, but you kind of get an idea of it from when I showed it to you in the catalog. So we're gonna play around with that first. Oh, also the embellishments. Gotta grab those. The first of the month. It's a busy day, that's for sure. Oh, here they are. Okay, I've got them right here. That's what I got left because I love these. I just bought another pack this morning. These are the flower accents, and they're a nice bright gold. They don't have the shape of a flower, but there's like an imprint of a flower on them, okay? Happy Wednesday to all of you. We're also going to be using two-tone cardstock. So if you take a peek at these 3 colors, oh, this is the wrong set. Hang on. We're doing 2 sets of projects. If you take a peek at these 3 colors, Petal Pink, Basic Beige, and Misty Moonlight, and then you flip them over, you can see lighter versions of Petal Pink, Basic Beige, and Misty Moonlight. So when I shared this project on Sunday with my team, I had sent out to them supplies for making these cards. So some people received the Misty Moonlight with sampler papers, some received the Basic Beige with sampler papers from the Kintsugi Inspirations, and some received the Petal Pink. And then of course they had the flip side. So lots of people had different choices, and it's been fun. This week people are posting in our Facebook group, and we can see all the different card creations that they're making with them. This is the card. Are we ready? Okay, we're gonna start with basic white cardstock. And you could use basic white regular cardstock, or you can use basic white thick. I'm going to zoom out just a tad so you can see more of my messy desk. Actually, I don't see much yet. But I'm using the thick today. During the team event, I was using regular. It doesn't matter. I guess it just depends on how thick you want your card. But you're gonna have plenty of layers. So even if you use the regular for the card base pieces, you're still gonna have a very strong card. We're gonna cut at 4 1/4 inches. So we're using half of the paper for most of the card base, but then we're going to use 1/4 of the paper as well. So let's now flip it in this direction. We're going to trim off some. We're going to trim off 3/4 of an inch so that we have a piece that measures 4 1/4 by 10 1/4. And now we're going to put some score lines in there at 4 1/4, 8 1/2. Hopefully you can see those measurements. Oh, and then I cut it. Okay, we've got another one here waiting. Oh my goodness sakes. Flying by the seat of my pants. Rachel, slow down and take a breath. Okay, we've got 4 1/4. This is okay, we need to repeat the measurements sometimes anyways. 4 1/4, 8 1/2, using only the light blade, and then 9 3/4. Now, if you decide that you want to eliminate a little tuck portion of your card, then you can take, and I'm just going to cut with a 1/3 piece. I have all of these pieces here. You can take and cut at 9 3/4 so that your piece is only 9 3/4 inches long. So you've got your 4 1/4. Oh, this piece isn't wide enough though. Okay, we're going to the drawer. Oh, my goodness sakes. Okay, let's try this again. I've got a lot of them. Lots of scraps in here. Let's grab another 4 1/4 inch wide piece. I'm gonna grab a couple just in case I screw up again. Okay, so if you don't want to have that little tab, like I said, it's a tuck tab, then you're going to take your 4 1/4 inch wide piece. You're gonna score it 4 1/4, 8 1/2, and then you're just going to leave this little section like that. You're gonna fold all of your folds inward. So we've got our two choices here. We've got this one that's slightly shorter than this one. This one has a little tuck tab, okay? For the other half of your paper, and I don't even know if this was the original sheet or not, but for the other half that is also 4¼ inches wide, we are now going to trim that down to 5½. So we're cutting that in half. So you're gonna use 3/4 of your paper for the base. You've got this piece and then you've got this piece. But this piece is gonna tuck inside the other one. So if it is 4¼ inches in this direction, it's gonna be too tight because like I showed you just now, we're gonna tuck it and it's gonna buckle in there. So we have to trim off just a little bit. We're gonna go to 4¼ on our trimmer, but then we're gonna come back 1/16 of an inch and we're gonna trim here. So it's actually 4 3/16 of an inch, okay? Thank you. Tracy loves the bracelets. I decided to bling up today, and then as I'm going through my jewelry, I'm like, holy cow, we have 10 minutes before I go live. So then I rushed downstairs. I was focusing too much on the jewelry today. Okay, so now it will tuck in there. See that? I'm gonna trim this piece too, because that way we have a couple options to share as we are creating today. Now, any extra scraps that you have, which I have now cut up into weird pieces, you can use for layering. You can use that for the top of your card for making a sentiment strip or whatever. I have a ton of scraps now because I kept messing up. The other color that we're gonna use is, and I'm going to check my samples here. The other color that we are going to use is Petal Pink right now. I'm gonna grab Petal Pink. And again, you have two different color options. We're gonna cut that piece at 4 inches by 4 inches. And if I have a 12 by 12 sheet of Petal Pink, just think, how many cards can I create with this one sheet of 12 by 12? 9. If you did the math, yes, it's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 by 4 makes use of your two-tone cardstock pretty wisely. The other colors that, again, I passed out were the Misty Moonlight and the Basic Beige. You'll see samples from that, but we're gonna set that piece aside because we'll need that. And then we'll need some papers from the pack. And because I have this one left over, we'll just take this one here. A 6 by 4 inch piece is all you need for one card. How many can you get from a 12 by 12 sheet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? So it uses your cardstock, your paper, it uses it very wisely. All right, we are ready to roll. We're gonna go ahead and cut a 4 by 4 piece from this 6 by 4 piece, and we're gonna use the other 2 inches that are remaining to decorate different sections of our card base. So you'll wanna kind of take a look at your designer paper and decide what piece do you wanna highlight as your 4 by 4 section. And I think I'm going to do this section for this card. So there's my 4 by 4 piece. And then I've got these pieces here, which I can cut into 2 strips that are 1 by 4. Now, if I want to get fancier, I can even cut one of these down to a 1/2 inch by 4. We're gonna get a little fancier than the card. Well, I received a card and then I got a little, I don't know if the word is fancier, but I went and did something different. I alternated it, right? So we're gonna put together a card similar to the card I received. And the card I received, by the way, I'm just gonna give a shout out to Joanne Ryder. So if you are watching, Joanne, this is the card that we're doing in your name, okay? We're gonna emboss, and let's see here. Oh, I need one more piece of this. See, this is why Rachel should have been ready earlier. What I should have done is not sleep last night, because I stayed up till midnight, and then I thought, should I do my pre-order, because demonstrators got to pre-order some product. Should I do my pre-order at 1? And then I fell asleep. So we actually need one more strip of this in 1x4, and we're gonna emboss those two pieces. So this is Petal Pink. We're gonna bring in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine for this. Now, if you do not have this machine, if you don't own something as elaborate as this, because this is a higher price point item, you can consider getting it in a starter kit this month because there's a great deal going on. I need the plate for embossing. Okay, so you get lots of plates, lots of platforms. You get number 1, you get die adapter plate number 2, then you get a couple scratchy, well, cutting pads they're called. One of them gets scratchy as if you keep using it on the bottom. The other one eventually can get scratchy too, but I always keep one on the bottom. And then I have my 3D embossing folder plate. For 3D embossing folders, you don't need these 3. We're gonna take those away. And we're going to just use the platform and the gray plate. Let's take our embossing folder again. This one here, it's called Join Together. We're gonna open it up and lay our 2 pieces in here. It doesn't matter how they're laid in there because it doesn't really have a certain direction to it. You'll wanna make sure that your seam of your embossing folder always goes into the rollers of the machine first. There's 2 rollers in here that squish things together and make things either cut or make things emboss, dry emboss, because they press really hard. So this machine can be purchased easily for just $99 this month because there's a $99 kit offer that gives you $189 worth of product of your choosing, up to $189 worth of product of your choosing for just $99 plus tax. Yay, add that machine. Okay, so we have these embossed. You can see how pretty that design is. And then we will put this aside and we'll bring in a sanding block. Sanding blocks. This is in my favorite extras on my website. So if you go to stampyourartout.com, and I'm gonna bring you there just because I forgot to mention my blog. We're gonna go to stampyourartout.com. We're gonna make this window a little wider here. Okay, so when you're at my website at stampyourartout.com, you're going to go to shop, and then go to my favorite extras. And that's how you can find some of these extra things that I talk about. Here are the sanding blocks, rulers, I don't know, the crocodile, there's sponges, there's the precision tip glue bottle. So lots of goodies on this page in my website. Back to crafting. So let's grab one of those. And these are white buffers. They're for doing your nails, but they also work for this stuff. And we're just gonna go across the top real lightly. And what happens is you expose the core of your cardstock. Is that fun? So anything that is raised on the surface of this two-tone cardstock can get rubbed easily, and then you can get that really fun design. You could use another nail buffer too. Sometimes buffers though, they come in like colors, and sometimes that color can rub off onto your projects, which I have found with my orange ones. So I went to buy white ones, and I love these. You do get a little coloring from your cardstock onto it, but you get a whole set of them, so you can eventually toss them aside and grab a new one. But there's a fun look here, and then we can do the same thing along this piece, just to give some texture and depth to our layers. And then you just brush the rest of that stuff onto your floor and pray that you get to clean it up later. Okay, let's go ahead and put our card together. We're gonna use this base with the extra little tuck tab. We're opening it up. We're gonna grab our designer paper, the 2 little strips, the 1-inch strip, this strip, and our embossed pieces, plus our inside inserted piece. I have my window open. Sorry about the noise, but it is so nice out here, and we wanna enjoy the weather as long as we can before winter hits. For this piece here, we can take and add our 2 strips along the side. So I'm gonna flip them over. Oh, look, you have another choice. You have another choice, you guys. There's always choices with our designer paper because you can flip them. All right, so we're adding seal adhesive. You could use the multi-purpose liquid glue if you'd rather. I'm more of a tape girl because I do get messy with the glue. And now we're gonna add these strips carefully so they're about 1/8 of an inch away from the left edge and 1/8 of an inch away from the right edge of this layering piece. Now, you can put them even further out if you want to, because remember, this is a little bit smaller here than what we normally have on a card layer. It's 1/16 of an inch shorter, so you're not gonna see that 1/8 of an inch here or here, but you can create it here if you want to. This will guide you when adding your layer to the inside. If you first add the layer and then you put the strips on, they might not be even. So just note that adding the strips on here first is a little bit easier. We want to pull up the sides when we add our layer. And I'm going to put my adhesive on the inside here. You can do just 4 little tabs of adhesive, or you can slather it. You can put glue in there. But now when we put this in here, you can see what's happening. My paper is guiding me to make sure it's centered. I'm folding this up to make sure that it's in there. I'm folding the bottom piece in to make sure that it stays in there too. And that way I can close my card without having any buckling. Let's flatten it out with the bone folder. We have people doing yard work too. So if you hear mowing or pounding, it's 11 a.m. All right, so that's what we have so far. Now we can add our designer paper. And for this card, I'm gonna go ahead and add this piece to the inside. So we'll do 4 little strips in the corner of adhesive. And I think I like it this way. And then we'll add this piece of designer paper. I'm just doing 1 strip to make it quick. We'll add that down here. I think I like it here. And see this, it folds up. See that little section? So you wanna be within the wider section with 1/8 of an inch white border all the way around, okay? This piece will go on the back side of that. Be careful when you are adding seal adhesive to embossed layers. Sometimes it does tear, especially if you're using the Seal Plus. So be really careful with the Seal Plus. You could use glue on that instead if you want to, but there we have the bottom piece accented. And now for the top piece, this is where I always make the mistake, but I was paying attention this time. My team will be proud of me. You are gonna add this to the front, but you're gonna only add it so that you have your adhesive up here in this area. So, and because this is smaller, we're still gonna put the adhesive on this piece, but we're not gonna go all the way down. We're only gonna go down about that far. We can now add this to the front. And remember I was saying a tucked layer? This is what you can tuck inside. Now we did find during the event that we didn't necessarily need the tuck layer. It was holding pretty steady without it. So my second card that I make for you is not gonna have the little tuck section there, okay? But see how that helps it to stand? Isn't that cute and fun? The inside can be where you put your sentiment, your stamping, your your imagery for what you want to write to somebody. And then of course the front here is what you want to decorate. And you just flatten this down, flatten that down, and it'll fit into a basic white envelope. It fits right in here. So you can mail it, you can send it, you can give it in an envelope. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to look at that designer paper one more time, because this designer paper has something pretty special about it. It has extra imagery. I can't believe I haven't used much of this sheet yet. It's my favorite, actually. The extra imagery, let's see if we can find it. Here's one. I might have given them all to my team. Here's another. And I should have a flower in here somewhere, unless it's all gone. They're all gone. So, but let me show you some things on this. You have dies that coordinate with the stamp images, but they also coordinate with 3 images in your paper. You have a sheet of paper that actually is double-sided but on one side you have a bunch of vases and you have a bunch of flowers, and you can die cut them if you want to. Die cutting will take that white outline away though, and I like that white outline. I don't know, it's something that's appealing to me. So I took for my sample card that I'm going to show you soon, and I just fussy cut because these lines are pretty smooth. So I cut a 1/16 of an inch all the way around my vase and my flower designs. That way you get that white edging. The other thing that I did is I took some of my white scrap, and I only needed like a little strip of it, and I stamped using this sentiment here. I know you'll get through this and be stronger for it. And on the inside, I stamped "I'm here for you." So it's a, you know, basically a empathy, sympathy type of card. Okay. That is all that I wanted to share on that. Let me show you the finished. Okay, this is the finished card. And then I have 2 other samples using this suite, and then we're gonna make another one quickly with the other suite of products. So here is the finished. My embossed background here, my little area to tuck my tab into. On the inside of the card, I've stamped with full Misty Moonlight ink, which matches this color. You inspire me. Oh, I'm sorry, I did a different sentiment on this card. Thanks for helping me through this difficult time. You inspire me. And then I took this image and stamped it off, which means you remove some of the ink and then stamp it into this little area, because I thought it was kind of fun in that V shape right underneath the P in the inspire word. And so that gave it a lighter blue, and that's what I put on the inside of that card. And then I took and stamped the "Thanks for helping me through this difficult time" on a square piece of cardstock, which measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inches. Put that up onto dimensionals, stuck my vases on top with dimensionals, tucked my flower back here, and then added those really pretty flower accents, those gold flower accents on there. So that's that finished card. Now I'll show you the one that had the other sentiments. So see how that works? Pretty cool. The other card is a simpler one where you don't need the die cut and embossing machine. I'm just using the designer paper and the stamps and the other paper, okay? So designer paper, the 2-tone cardstock, the basic white, the stamps, and the ink. So fussy cut around these. I actually made a little slit into this little base image so that I could tuck my flower in like that. There's the inside of that. So using just a different designer paper layer. Here's my little tuck tab. I can just put that between. And I chose the darker, I think. Nope, this is the lighter of the 2 sides. And now it stands on its own. So that's another version. And this is without the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And then the third version uses the dies, like in here. I used this die on here. I didn't do any embossing on this 2-tone cardstock either, but both of these last 2 cards would have been beautiful with that embossing folder. I just wanted to show you that there's options. This is the darker side of the Misty Moonlight paper. This is what the inside looks like. I cut up my designer paper into other shapes and pieces so that it had lots of variety, because I loved both sides of the designer paper. Here's another die cut piece here. I use the same embellishments. Again, the square is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. This strip, I forgot to tell you, measures a 1/2 inch. A 1/2 inch probably by like 2 3/4 inches. And then here I cut out the vases with the dies, the flower with the dies, did the same tucking idea where I took and cut through there. I think I used the hobby blade for the take your pick tool for that. So, and everything is up on dimensionals. So there's that. Let's go on to another suite of products. So the next suite of products, so I just shared with you the Kintsugi inspirations. The next suite of products comes from the mini catalog. It's called Traditions of Christmas. And you can see with all of the pages that this is a really full suite. This one has 2 bundles, so 2 stamp set and die combos, an embossing folder, some embellishments, and some ribbon. This one has ribbon. Here's the designer paper, again in 12 by 12. You even have more pages of inspiration for this suite. Like, they just went all out. In fact, this is the suite that is featured on the front of the catalog. So, and another thing about this suite is Stampin' Up! Is selling a class that you can purchase in the online store right now, Traditions of Christmas online class. And the class will air later this month, but you can purchase it, and it gives you all the information in the online store about it. Let's visit the online store real quickly. So we're gonna go back to my blog. How do we get to the store, Rachel? Well, you're gonna click on the shop tab now. Instead of going to my favorite extras, you're just gonna go to my online store. Or you can scroll down and there's a button that says shop online. Anytime you click a shop online button from my website, you're gonna get there. So here we go. Let's go to what's new. There's a what's new tab that I'm clicking on behind my head, and it says craft classes. You see that? Craft classes are gonna bring you to a new product that Stampin' Up! Is now offering, and this is the Traditions of Christmas craft class. You can read all about it, see what you need, see what you need to gather up, which obviously is the suite of products. So, all right, back to the desktop. So that's something that's going on too that just started today. So much fun. Okay, I'm gonna take and move these guys aside because we are now bringing in these 2 pieces. And remember, this one does not have the tuck tab. Let's go ahead and do the bone folder creases now just to get that ready. We're gonna do this one a little bit differently, and it's gonna look more like the card that I received from my friend, Joanne Ryder. I almost said Jeannie. So Joanne Ryder, thank you again. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and cut this at 4 inches by 4 inches because we're using cherry cobbler for this. We're gonna need an extra inch, so we're gonna cut an extra inch. We'll set this aside. Everyone's enjoying being outside today. And then we need to bring in our paper. And for our paper, we have very little left also, because again, I used both suites for the team event. For this one, I think I used this beautiful reddish, like it's got the real red and the cherry cobbler and the gold in it. Here's the back side of it. So I'll cut a strip of that. And then I had accent images. Now, some of the accent images are more obvious. Like on this sheet, you can see you can fussy cut around all of those. There's another sheet in here that seemed pretty obvious too, but maybe I cut that one all up. I might have cut that one all up. But this one here even has some accent images, even though it looks more like it doesn't, but because like with the little dots between it. But you can see that there's like this image and this image. And so my team members got a sampler of images. Here's what the other sheet had, was a bunch of these bouquets. So let's take and prepare this card. Oh, here it is. This is the one. This one's pretty obvious. And they die cut. The dies in this suite die cut that paper. Yes. So let me show you. We have the traditional labels. We have the traditional label dies. And then if you go to this product online, and I'm just going to type it in, traditions. There we go. Okay, I'm going to show you the suite now. It shows it's not available, but that's only because one product is probably not available at this time. I'm not sure exactly which product it is, but I know that the products that I'm sharing today are available. So you get the traditional Christmas, traditional labels, stamps, and the dies, and then the Christmas greenery. See these here? The Christmas greenery with this set of stamps right here. They're going to help you to cut out those same images from the designer paper. I didn't use that though. I don't have that one. I do not have the whole suite. I just have a portion of it. So we've got our 6x4 piece, And this one, we're gonna do the same thing too. We're gonna cut it at 4 inches. And then we're gonna cut it again in half so that we have 2 1-inch wide strips. This time I'm not gonna cut one of the strips in half. I'm gonna leave it at 1 inch. We'll now take our paper. We have this piece here. Oh, here's the other one. And we're gonna add this to the inside. This time we're gonna add it differently. We're gonna add it with this left edge aligning with this left edge. So here's a variation of what you can do. And again, I'm gonna put the adhesive here because I'm not sure, like I don't wanna go beyond and get adhesive and sticky stuff off to the side, right? Hi Paula, glad to see that you popped on. All right, we're gonna lay that in here like this. And as long as you've kind of wrapped these 2 sides up, it's gonna lay in there nice and evenly. So we have our left edges aligned. We're gonna take one of these and we're gonna put adhesive on the gold side. And we're gonna tack this down right in this spot. And again, you're gonna have a little bit of white at the top and bottom and a little bit more on the outside edge because this is shorter, so it's not exactly 1/8 of an inch of white on the top and the bottom. But now you see that look? It's slightly different. And you also see a little bit of white here. That's totally fine. On the front of this card, we are going to add, and I want to make sure I got this right, we're going to add our cardstock. And for this cardstock, I am not going to emboss it, even though the finished one is going to show embossed, but we're just going to add this on here, okay? So 1, 2, remember we're not going all the way down. Oh, we can on this because we don't have a tuck tab. No tuck tab. See, we cut that off so we can add it all the way down. We'll just add that to the front like that. On this piece, again, this piece would have been embossed too, but I did not emboss it because we are going quickly because we have so much news to share. So that's going to get added in here. And that is really hard to see against all that weight. Okay, no little tuck tab. On the inside is where I want that gold to really shine though. So we're gonna put the gold side exposed here and here. And this one's gonna be on the bottom inside. And we can do our stamping, our decorating, put some die cuts in here, whatever. We can even put embellishments on these outside tabs if we want to. So how would this card stand up? Well, we discovered during our team event that if you just prop it, if this is folded hard enough and you just prop it, it should stand. Mine is not standing very well, but it will over time. If you fold back and forth on a crease, it makes it easier to fold in the direction you want. So we're really making that fold nice and crisp. We're breaking those fibers down. Let's see if we can, well, it's still a little bit wider than I wanted it to be. But, so that's why I did the tuck tab. Anyways, there is the base of that card. Here's what the finished one looks like. So you can see we have the same designer paper off to the side here. When you open it up, we have the beautiful designer paper on the inside. I do have a tuck tab on this one. And then I took and fussy cut around that designer paper and stuck one piece here and the other piece here on top of that 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 basic white layer, which I stamped with the traditional labels images. So I used cherry cobbler ink on here to get those images. This ribbon comes from that sweet. There it is. It's gorgeous. It's real red shiny ribbon. Just took 2 little strips of it. And then the same embellishments. I use the same embellishments because these are my favorite and I thought they went really well with the gold that's in that designer paper. This embossing folder is not the same embossing folder that you get in the suite though. This one is the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. I feel like this one is a pretty Christmassy looking embossing folder. So I used that one instead to get that. And I didn't do any sanding. So you don't have to do sanding on your embossing folder. You can still get a really beautiful look without doing a sanding block. For those of you that don't like getting sandy kind of messes around, that will help. Okay, so What other versions of this card do I have for you? I have, where's my finished one? Oh no. Oh, here it is. Nope, that's not it. I wonder if I put it away. Trisha, can you come over? I need you here in the room to look for it. Maybe I put it in my cupboard drawer down here. Oh, this is where I stick my finished cards. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh golly, gee whiz. Could be in here. It could be. Okay, you might not see the 6th version until the blog posts now because it's not on my desk. Oh, boo-hoo. Okay, they were all supposed to be together. And they're not. Here we go. This is one version, the 2nd version, and then the 3rd version you'll have to see when my blog post goes live on Saturday. I'm so sorry. So this one here has the pool party and this really fun collection of branches, no embossing on the cardstock layer, a tied bow, the sending cheer, again done with the traditional labels stamp set, and then I used the dies. So I used this the middle die, that's this shape here. Cherry Cobbler ink again, when you open it up, that's the look that you get for that card. The 6th one is in my room somewhere. Yeah, I'm even trying to find my mystery stamping because I know that I have a mystery stamping project to share with you guys soon, but it's not in that pile either. Okay, well, the other one has this kind of look going for it, and the rest of it is gone and not finished yet, but it has the Secret Sea. It has this designer paper inside, and you can see I did the 2 strips, just like I did on the 2nd card. And then the rest, again, it'll be a surprise. Okay, there we go. Surprise. Surprise me too. Here is the card from Joanne Ryder. Okay, so it looks like this. I received this card. You may have even seen this in a past show and share. This is what happens when you open it up. So she's got her layer in there. She's got her fun designer paper here. And she used 2 different colors for her base. This piece here is 4 inches tall instead of 4 3/16. I wanted mine a little bit taller just to fill in because I wanted that space filled in. And then I just added the tuck tab. But if you look at hers stands up nicely because the folds are going really great. But that is her card, very pretty card from Joanne. We have so much to share, you guys, so much. If you enjoyed that card, if you enjoyed the ideas, again, visit on Saturday, which is October 4th. Visit my website at stampyourartout.com or subscribe so that the blog post comes right to your email inbox, and you will see photos of the cards. And I'll find that 6th one, I promise. And then you'll also see the PDF, which is a quick little visual that has the measurements, the supply list that's clickable, and photos in it. And also on Saturday will be information on what I'm sharing on Saturday. And on Saturday, we're going to do the mystery stamping project. We're going to do a show and share of things that I've got back here that I've been receiving, and then a new product sneak peek type of video. So much. And I have to tell you that taking and not blogging 2 to 3 times a week and only once a week has already made my hand feel better. I cannot tell you, it's just been such a relief because I just do a little bit after each live is done and add it to that post that's going to go live for that once a week blog post. And then on that day, it just goes live, and it has a whole bunch of information, and I didn't have to do a ton of information in each blog post. So thank you, you guys, for reassuring me last week that that was okay to do. I'm so happy about that. Okay, we have the 12-day advent calendar that I ordered. That is coming soon. I'm going to try to share that on Saturday, at least like show the product. And then next week, my hope is to do some alternate projects with it. So if you haven't purchased that 12-day advent calendar yet, you'll want to do so. Let's go to the website. Okay, we were here. I'm just going to click on the Stampin' Up! Little thing at the top here to get back to the home page. What is the advent calendar? Well, I'm going to click on that What's New tab again. And is it in here? No, it's not. Specials. No. Oops, that's not it. Okay, let's scroll across here. See if we can find it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. There's the advent calendar. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to try to share that next week. There's lots of goodies inside each little window. There's 12 different little doors that you can open up inside there. The other thing that if you're on the Stampin' Up! Website, if you scroll across these little buttons here, there's another thing coming up. It's called World Card Making Day. Here it is. If you click on that tab, it's going to bring you to information about registering for it. It is free. It's a free event, and you get a gift of some sort. They said that. Where is it? Price of the event is free. Registration is free. Those who register will receive a gift at the end of the event, you guys. So register for it. Even if you can't attend, you also will be able to get the link. Let's see here. It says that the somewhere in here it says, oh, here it is. Anyone who has the event link will be able to watch the recorded event after. So even if you're busy on Saturday, just sign up for it. It's going to be fun. And they are going to be using the kit that I did alternates with last week. It is called the Handmade and Heartfelt. Where do they have it? Here it is. The Handmade and Heartfelt kit. So you can get your hands on that and use it during the event, or you can just watch and enjoy. I think it's a 1-hour event. 3 new kits. Speaking of kits, there's new stuff. So I'm going to click on the What's New tab, New Arrivals. We have 3 new kits in the kits collection. The Calm and Bright, the Nutcracker tags, and oops, sorry, that's a different class or product. And then the Remembering Christmas kit. These are 3 new kits collection kits. So make sure that you shop those today. Check them out. More news. You ready? Okay, everyone take a deep breath. I got more to share with you. The other thing, let's see, what am I telling you next? Last chance. Okay. We're going to go under specials. Under the specials tab, there's a little section that's last chance products. That's always there, but 6 times in the year, they put new products in the last chance section. And this is the month that they did that. So October 1st, more last chance products were just added to this section. Some of them are discounted up to 60% off. But they're like Stampin' Up! Is ready to eliminate those from our product offerings and move on to other things. So you'll want to check those out. You'll want to see what is offered for last chance. Next month, you'll get some new products from the online exclusives. So when you are in the online exclusive section, let's go to menu, go down to shop, go down to online exclusives. When you're in the online exclusive section, you're going to see new products on November 4th. So there'll be things that are placed in here above these items that demonstrators get to pre-order right now. And that's what I did. I pre-ordered some products. I'm going to share those products with you on Saturday. You'll want to come back and watch that live. Those of you that want your hands on that stuff now and you're not demonstrators, you can take advantage of the starter kit offer. There's a starter kit offer. Sorry, I keep jumping around on here. Here it is. The starter kit offer. You have 2 choices. So if you have a ton of money to spend, you can choose the more expensive one. If you want to spend less or you want to use that money towards your sales when you become a demonstrator, you could get the offer that's less. So you can either do $35 kit or the $99 kit. This is the best kit offer I have seen in a very, very long time, if ever. You get $90 in product free no matter which kit you pick. This one would be wise in that you can then spend your money after you get the kit towards your requirements to stay active as a demonstrator. You can earn points on it, all that kind of stuff. This one is a good one to get if you have a big item that you want, such as the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And there's no penalty if you decide not to stay an active demonstrator. You can get the kit just for the kit. So if you love Stampin' Up! Products and you want a really nice discount on your purchase, get the kit this month. It's just a wise idea. How do you do that? You're gonna go to my website at stampyourartout.com. You're gonna click on Join the Fun, get the starter kit. And it will take you to purchasing that kit. It asks for your email, gets started, and then it just walks you through all the steps. It's pretty easy. You can't go over that amount, by the way. Becky got her advent calendar. Yay! Okay, there's so much news, you guys. It's just crazy. Okay, the next thing that I want to tell you about is new tutorials. So, they're not showing on, oh yes they are. I have them right here. We have 2 new tutorials that I've just added to my selection. You can get the Paper Pumpkin Creatives, or you can get the October All-Star bundle of tutorials. And if you place a $50 order in my online store, you get that October All-Star video class bundle for free. So make sure that you do that. And, oh gosh, I think I did it. I think I said it all, you guys. Now, if you are a demonstrator, please shop from yourself. Don't shop from me. If you have a demonstrator, shop from them. But if you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you live in the US, you can certainly shop from me at stampyourartout.com, and you can take advantage of my little ordering perks and all of that jazz. I hope that you had fun watching this video. Oh my goodness, did I have a lot to share today. Again, blog posts will go live on Saturday afternoon. I'll find that 6th card. I promise I'll post it. But please return for that live. It's at 11 a.m. Central Time on October 4th. Okay, I'm gonna let you all go. Thank you so much. Thanks, Trisha, for being the moderator. Thank you all for joining. I can't wait to read the comments because I was not paying attention to the comments today because I was all over the place. But I will pay attention after this live is done, and I'll go take a peek at what you had to say. Take care, everybody. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.